Welcome to English for All with Khadija USA, learning step by step at your own pace.
Eyes Open 3, Unit 4, Lesson 18, Adventure.
Welcome back to Eyes Open 3, presentation for B1 learners, designed especially for the 9th grade. Go ahead, open up your students' books, Unit 4, Adventure. Student book, page 43, Language Focus 1, Present Perfect with still, yet, already, and just. Section 1. Complete the examples from the text on page 42. In the positive form, they already at sea for 3 days. Have been would be the correct form. They have already been at sea for 3 days. Another positive one, I just up and down the mast. This one would make more sense to have I have just climbed up and down the mast. The negative form, I still to life at sea. I still haven't adjusted to life at sea. Another one, we any whales yet. We haven't seen any whales yet. Notice the question form. Have you seen any dolphins yet? How long have you been at sea? Let's now go ahead and take a look at grammar. Our grammar reference for Unit 4. Present perfect with still, yet, already, and just. We often use still, yet, already, and just with the present perfect. For example, Jack's already been to Australia 3 times. I haven't had time to go shopping yet. We still haven't decided where to go on holiday. Dad's just got home and he's feeling tired. So notice we use still with negative verbs to express that something we expected has not happened just yet, but imagine it will happen in the future. We put still directly after the subject. For example, my uncle still hasn't telephoned. We use the word yet with negative verbs to emphasize that something we expected hasn't happened yet. We put yet after the complete verb phrase. For example, John hasn't arrived yet. We use yet in questions to ask about things we don't think of having happened. Have you bought the train tickets yet? We use already to explain that something happened before we expected or to emphasize it has happened. We usually put already between have and the past participle. We use just with the present perfect to talk about very recent events and actions. For example, I've just heard the good news. It's fantastic. In section 1, let's go ahead and complete the sentences with still, yet, already, or just. Go ahead and take practice. Number 1 is done for you as an example. Go ahead, complete number 2 through 6. And then section 2, complete the sentences. Use the present perfect with still, yet, already, or just, and the phrases in the box. Number 1, again, is done for you as an example. Go ahead and pause this video at this time, complete section 1 and 2, and then resume for your corrections. Corrections, Section 1 and 2. Now let's continue to present perfect with for and since. We use for and since with the present perfect to say how long something has been true. For example, I've lived here since I was 7. Or, she hasn't gone climbing for 3 years. We use word for with periods of time. For example, my parents have been married for 21 years. We use the word since with a reference to a specific time frame, such as, I've known her since 2009. Emma and Anna haven't spoken since the party. Section 3. Let's go ahead and complete the table with the words in the box. For or since. So go ahead and pause the video and give it a try, and then resume for your corrections. Corrections, Section 3. Present perfect versus past simple. We use the past simple when the moment in which something has happened has ended. When it happened isn't always mentioned, usually because it is clear. I went to Liverpool in June. It's now July. So we use the present perfect when something started or happened in the past and is continuing to be a true fact. We can say how long something has been true, but not when it started. So I've been to Liverpool when isn't specified, but continues to be true. They've begun the exam. The exam hasn't finished yet. So in Section 4, let's go ahead and complete the conversation. Use the present perfect or the past simple form of the verbs in the brackets. Number 1 is done as an example for you. So go ahead and pause the video at this time, complete Section 4, and then resume for your corrections. Corrections, Section 4. Go ahead and pause this video and complete your exercises for this grammar reference in your notebooks. I look forward to seeing your notebooks. Section 2. Look at the chart and complete the sentences using still, yet, already, and just. Number 1 is done for you as an example. In Section 3, use the cues to make dialogues with already, just, and yet. Number 1, A and B are done for you. Go ahead and pause the video at this time and do sections 2 through 3 and then resume for your corrections. Corrections. Section 4. Complete the text using the words in brackets and the present perfect. Then listen and check.
CD 1. Track 41. Listen to the conversation.
Where did you go on holiday last summer?
I went to a summer camp. It was great. It was in Scotland, so it rained a lot. But there were lots of activities. We went climbing one day. It was really difficult. And we went trekking in the hills another day.
Did you go skiing there?
No, there's no snow in Scotland in the summer. But we went sailing on the last day. The water was freezing. What about you? Where did you go?
I went on a school exchange to Oxford. It's an amazing place. We went on a guided tour all around the city. And one day we went to a theme park called Legoland in Windsor. It was great.
I love theme parks too. So what about next summer?
My dad said he wants to go on a safari.
Wow, that's a cool idea.
Your turn. Use the activities in the box to write 5 questions using already, still, just, and yet. Section 6. Ask and answer your questions with your partner or individually. Go ahead and utilize your notebooks for this exercise. The person who gets the most answers in class says yes, answers, wins. So now go ahead and watch the video, Discovery Education, The Age of Discovery. Learn about the explorer. Why did Magellan go to live with the King and Queen of Portugal? Why did Europeans want to go to Asia? What was Magellan's plan? Did he succeed?
The Age of Discovery. In Portugal in 1480, the famous explorer, Ferdinand Magellan, was born into a very rich family. His parents died when he was only 10, so he went to live with the King and Queen of Portugal in their castle. This was the Age of Discovery, a time when Europeans were looking for new routes by sea to Asia before they had accurate maps to guide them. There were fantastic riches in Asia: gold, silver, silk, and spices. In 1492, when Magellan was 12 years old, Christopher Columbus sailed west from Spain. He was looking for Asia, but he discovered the Americas. Then in 1498, the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama sailed around the tip of Africa to India. Magellan thought, there must be a faster way to the Spice Islands. His plan was to go around the tip of South America, across the Pacific Ocean to the Spice Islands, around the tip of Africa, and back to Europe. The King of Spain, Charles I, gave him 5 boats. In 1519, Magellan and his crew of 241 men set off for South America. They reached the tip of South America, where the waters were very dangerous. This is now called the Strait of Magellan. The trip across the Pacific Ocean was long and hard. They didn't have enough food or water, so they had to eat rats. Many of them got sick and 19 men died. Finally, they reached the Philippines. But Magellan was killed in a battle. We remember him as the first man to sail around the world, but just one ship completed the journey in September 1522. Only 18 men survived, and Magellan wasn't one of them. Magellan's crew sailed around the globe in 3 years, but with modern maps and technology, people have recently done it in as little as 54 days.
Student Book, page 45. Language Focus 2. Present Perfect with for or since. Section 1. Complete the examples from the listening on page 44. Then, complete the rules. We've been here for 2 days, 5 minutes, a long time, or 3 years. We've been here since Tuesday, 3 o'clock, March, or 2012, or 2012. We use for with periods of time and since when we talk about a specific time. Section 2. Look at the table and complete the sentences with for or since. Pause this video at this time and complete these two sections and then resume for your corrections. Section 3. Present Perfect and Past Simple. Go ahead and complete the examples from the listening on page 44. Then resume for your corrections. So pause and then resume once you have completed this exercise. Section 3, then resume for your corrections. Corrections, Section 3. Section 4. Go ahead and take a listen to the audio. Choose the correct words to complete the text. Then listen and check. Go ahead and before you have listened to the audio, go ahead and try to find out which ones make sense to you. Go ahead and use a pencil and then unpause and listen to the audio and check your answers.
CD 1. Track 48. Listen and check.
We're in Istanbul. We've only been here for 24 hours, but we have done so many things already. Our bus arrived at 10 p.m. It was dark then, so we couldn't see much. But when we woke up this morning, the view was incredible. I have never seen anything so beautiful. We left the hotel at 10 a.m. and we've been very busy since then. In the morning, we visited the Blue Mosque. After lunch, we crossed the Bosphorus on a ferry to visit the Asian side of the city. We haven't had anything to eat since lunchtime. It's 9 p.m. and I'm really hungry. It's time for supper. Bye for now.
Corrections, Section 4. Workbook page 38, Language Focus 1. Present Perfect with still, yet, already, and just. In Section 1, complete the sentences with the present perfect and just. Use the verbs in brackets. Number 1 is done for you as an example. Section 2. Go ahead and circle the correct options. Number 1 is given as an example. Section 3. Put the words in the correct order to make complete sentences. Section 4. Complete the phone conversation. Use the verbs in the box and the adverbs in brackets. Section 5. Imagine. You are on a school exchange to London. Write sentences about things you have and haven't done. Use the words still, yet, already, and just, and the ideas in the box. Workbook page 40, Language Focus 2, Present Perfect with for and since. Section 1, complete the sentences in the box. Section 2, go ahead and circle the correct options in the text. Section 3, write the present perfect sentences with the prompts. Use for or since in your sentences. Section 4, present perfect and past simple. Complete the conversation with the correct tense of the verbs in brackets. Section 5, now write a conversation about a trip. Use your notebooks for this exercise. Use the one in exercise 4 to help you. Use the present perfect and the past simple. Explore interesting adjectives. Section 6. Complete the sentences with the adjectives in the box. Workbook page 99, Language Focus Extra. Present perfect with still, yet, already, and just. Section 1. Complete the sentences with still, yet, already, or just. Number 1 is done for you as an example. Section 2. Put the words in the correct order to make sentences. Present perfect with for and since. Section 3. Complete the table with the words in the box. Section 4. Circle the correct options. Section 5. Circle the correct options for present perfect and past simple. Section 6. Complete the conversation. Use the present perfect or the past simple form of the verbs in brackets.
Thank you for watching this video. See you again. Please don't forget to tick subscribe, like, and hit the golden bell for more videos. See you in the next video.